What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. This is Jim. This is the NS9 postgame show powered by Permani Brothers. Doug, can you hear me now?
I can. I rebooted.
Here we go. There we go. All right. So yeah, we were having some issues there. Sorry, guys, we're a little bit late. Doug couldn't hear me talk. So, but it sounds like we're good.
That would be a tragedy for me. So
yeah, like not being able to hear me, Doug.
All these golden nuggets coming forth.
I feel like you and I've got decent chemistry, but
I think so too.
Without any
it's easier.
Sort of
right.
audio.
We speak each other's unspoken language, but I need volume.
Yeah, it could have been a little difficult, but yeah, this one took a while. This game started 5.5 hours ago, Doug. But the Pirates pull it off, 8-3 win. They take the series against the Boston Red Sox. There was a 2.5-hour rain delay built in there. So yeah, get your hashtag Raisits in there. But yeah, your Pittsburgh Pirates, winners of a series, Doug, for the first time in 8 attempts. I think they had lost 7 straight series.
And you know, I looked at the schedule. If they win every series the rest of the year, they'll finish with 85 wins. So I ask you, Jim, is winning this series, winning 3 out of the last 4 games, is it a big deal, a little deal, or no deal, as they say on my favorite TV show?
I'm still to the point where it's no deal, Doug. They've got a lot of making up to do. 85 wins isn't going to cut it, I don't believe. So like they've got to sweep some series going forward. I think they need to win 5 of 6 this homestand. They took 2 of 3 here. That's an okay first start. They've got to keep it going. But yeah, I mean you do have to start reeling off series wins. So I guess this is a good start. I'm not going to get excited about this team until they do this again and again and again and again and again. But I guess you got to start somewhere, right?
Right. It's much like many of the conversations we have. Is Brian Hayes back? And no, he's not. Right. Like I get to the point where it's like, tell me after he's done it for a season and a half. You know, I don't want a good month anymore. Like a good weekend doesn't matter anymore. Right. They need to do this the rest of the way out. And when they do that, and when they're 2 weeks into that, we can start saying, well, maybe if they can keep this up, that sort of thing. But right now it's okay. Boston had won a whole lot of baseball games and then sort of went on a little. I think they lost 5 or 6 in a row, 1-1, and then lost 2 out of 3 to us. They were leveling out a little after an incredible stretch. So I don't want to get too excited, but all we can ask the team to do is win the game that they're playing today. That's what they've done, and it was a good win. The Pirates' best formula, we discussed it a little earlier on Twitter. When they roll out the terrible lineup and when they go with a bullpen game, they're invincible.
So I want to start with the lineup because, as soon as the lineup came out, I was like, oh, good God, Jared Triolo leading off. Everybody on Twitter is going to love this one. But then I kind of pointed out, like, I feel like every time people just have huge, like every time people hate the lineup, Doug, they erupt. And I think I actually tweeted before the game. I was like, every time people hate the lineup, we score 8 runs. Well, what they do today, Doug? They scored 8. They scored 8 runs.
Jim Analytics was on point.
They won 8-3, and it was like really straight, like right from the get-go. I got to give major credit to the 2, 3, 4 hitters in this lineup: Esmerlyn Valdez, Bryan Reynolds, and Brandon Lowe. They really made sure that this game got off to a really good start. In the first inning, Esmerlyn Valdez with a double to kind of start things off. Reynolds comes right after that with a double of his own. And then Brandon Lowe off the lefty starter. Again, we got to kind of go back to that. This was all off of a left-handed starting pitcher. Brandon Lowe with the base hit puts the Pirates up 2-0 in the first inning.
Those 3 guys have been absent almost all week. They did nothing in the Marlins series. And I didn't do much in the first 2 games. And it was the bottom of the lineup. It was Triolo and Jacob Gonzalez and Mangum and these guys sort of doing stuff. Pedro, Rafael Flores, that sort of thing. So it was really nice to see the big guns be the big guns today, and then get contributions from other people as well.
Yeah, I mean that's what they need. This offense, when it was humming, it was the guys who needed to performing, right? and you just haven't seen that, especially from. I mean, Reynolds is probably the main culprit here. You know, Lau's been okay. Valdez went through his stretch, but he's been decent this last week or so. But Reynolds has been the one where really ever since the All-Star break, he's been atrocious. So it was good to see Reynolds get those doubles today. We'll get that first double today. But then on top of that, like they weren't done. Like they came back in the third inning, same formula, right? Third inning, Jared Triolo leads off with an infield base hit. Valdez with another double, almost hit that one out. It would have been out of, I think, like most ballparks, like 17 or 19 ballparks, but not PNC. Then Reynolds base hit, Lowe base hit. Now you're up 4-0. And it's really, it was those three guys. It was Valdez, Reynolds, Lowe, pretty much all got you up 4-0 right there early on. And then what can we say about Nick Yorke? Nick Yorke gets called up today. We haven't seen him in a while.
Since like May 16th.
Nick Yorke revenge game against the Boston Red Sox. So, the good little ball player comes through. He gets a base hit with the bases loaded to expand that lead to 6-0. Henry Davis adds on a sacrifice fly, and then it's 7-0 in the third inning. And
I think you may have missed the most significant at bat of the game.
That's true. We didn't even talk about this yet. Billy Cook.
I mean, Billy Cook, right? Like, how do first walk in his career, in his major league career?
Billy Cook, it took him 87 games and 102 plate appearances, Doug, but he finally drew a walk. And he drew a walk to load the bases for Henry Davis, who was able to lift a ball deep enough to get a sacrifice fly and score a run. So, I just a great job by the offense, jumping on the lefty starter. That's been their Achilles heel all season long, and they were able to get to Sandoval quite easily today. 9 hits, 3 walks. They were all over the base paths. Runners in scoring position, Doug. They were 7 for 13. I think at one point they were even like 7 for 11. Like they were getting the job done at the opportune times. Not only were they getting guys on base, but they were getting those guys in.
Now, this was, again, an odd phrase to use, but this was the vintage offense of what we, when things were kind of flying high, where the entire lineup was contributing. They were hitting well with runners in scoring position. They weren't making dumb base running mistakes. They were taking taking the extra base. It's just playing really smart, baseball, and everybody having good at bats.
Yeah. I mean, it was the whole lineup. They brought 10 batters to the plate that inning in the third. So anytime you can do that, you're going to have a pretty high probability of winning a ball game. Paul Skeens was supposed to start today, Doug.
Yes.
Last night we found out that he was going to get pushed back to Wednesday. They didn't really give a reason other than basically just extra rest, But because of that, it was a bullpen game. Pirates called up Hunter Barco before the game, sent down Wilbur Dotel. But Lake Bachar was going to get the start today. And I don't think that could have worked out any better. He goes 3 innings, gives up 2 hits, 1 walk, strikes out 4, doesn't give up a run. Just a great start to the game for Lake Bachar.
Yeah, I mean, so often, in a bullpen game, you get 1 or 2 innings out of the opening guy, and then you go to somebody else for bulk. And he gave 3 great innings. You're going into the 4th inning when he's done, and they haven't scored a run yet. So, outstanding job by him. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, lots of curveballs, lots of sliders. I mean, he threw 52 pitches today. 36 of them, like 40 of them were breaking balls. He only threw 12 fastballs, between his 4-seamer and his sinker. So heavy breaking stuff from Lake Bachar today, but got the job done. He's kind of been he's been inconsistent, I guess, since acquiring him. He's looked good at times. He's given up some runs at times. He's been asked to pitch a lot of innings since being acquired. I do feel like the Pirates have asked him to pitch quite a bit, 2 innings, 3 innings, 3 innings, like it's multi-inning, outings every single time. But yeah, 3 scoreless innings today. That was exactly what they needed to start this one. They turned the ball over to Hunter Barco in the 4th, who hasn't really looked great at the major league level this season. And he pitches an outstanding 4th inning, just like a 1-2-3 quick 11 pitch scoreless 4th. But then runs into some trouble in the 5th, gives up a 3-run homer. And at that point, you still felt comfortable because I'm confident in this bullpen now. Like I'm actually like, okay, 4-run lead, 5 innings to, 4 innings to go. I think this bullpen can hold that. But
yeah, the new and improved bullpen, right? A couple weeks ago would have been scared, but I still felt pretty good given who we had out in the bullpen now.
Yeah, but like not a great outing for Barco. He does give you 3 innings, but and I guess if you combine the two, right? If you look at Bachar, Barco, it's a quality start. I guess that's kind of how you have to look at it whenever you do these bullpen games.
Yeah, Barco, it would be so good if Barco could, we could use a left-handed guy that could go multiple innings, maybe start, we really could. And you see flashes, you see the good first, or, the 4th inning, the 6th inning, man, he just has those, kind of loses his control. I mean, maybe it's youth, maybe it's nerves, maybe, I don't know, but man, it'd be great for the Pirates if he could work it out.
Yeah, he definitely, I mean, the stuff is not anything that's like overly exciting by any means. Like 47 pitches today, he only generated 2 swings and misses. So it's not like he's missing bats, but I do feel like he's got like some sneakiness to him, sort of, where especially the fastball, it may be hard to pick up at times because you did see quite a few hitters just kind of watch the fastball. And his sinker. I mean, between his fastball and his sinker, he had 11 called strikes on those pitches. So it was kind of interesting to just see like he got hit hard. The homer was obviously hit hard, but there is something there, right? Like there's something to Barco where like if they could just figure out how to tap into that, I think it's too early to completely give up on the guy. But yeah, you would like to at least have some sort of confidence whenever you go to him. Because right now I'm not confident in Hunter.
No, you don't know what you're going to get. And a clean first inning does not make you feel any better. You're like, well, okay, he can do that, but it doesn't always follow it up. So yeah, it's right. You can't, again, in a bullpen game, you're up 7, I think you can, that was a good place to use him, right? Instead of that, like that opening weekend brought in the 10th inning, like what,
right.
So this was the place to use him. You could, manage, suffer through his bad inning and still get the win. Like I said, it'd be great. It'd be great to have a crafty lefty. It really would. We'll see. He's got, you don't know the way they're bouncing pitchers up and down right now, but he should get some more opportunity this year, I would expect.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need people to pitch innings. I mean, plain and simple. And he gave them 9 outs today. I said it wasn't exactly the most effective outing for Hunter Barco, but he gave them 9 outs when they needed to get 9 outs. So I guess you'll take it. But eventually you'd like to see him put up a little bit more effective outings. This season ERA up to 7.64 on the season. I think this was his 4th stint with the major league team. So like he's been up and down, up and down, up and down. But I want to see him just kind of put it all together at some point.
Right. It would be nice to see multiple appearances that, are scoreless or 1 run, that sort of thing. And not these big innings and hard hit type things.
Yeah. So it's 7-3 after 6. And Doug, that's when the rain starts. At this point, are you kind of surprised that they waited this out? I mean, it was a getaway day. It was.
I am. I thought, right. I just thought, call this game. The Red Sox want to get on their plane. We want to get on our plane. The umpires want to, it's nobody wants to be here. Right.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are probably not going to want to make the argument, hey, we can still come back. No, let's call it a day. I was surprised. And more and more surprised the longer it went on.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up being about a 2.5 hour rain delay, all in all. Um, and yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised. I feel like if maybe Boston hadn't scored those 3 runs to make it 7-3, like if it was 7-0 when that delay started, maybe you just go, all right, let's just go home, everybody. At 7-3
Another
with
strike against Hunter Barco. He kept us around an extra hour and a half or
yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah, let's blame Barco. Yeah, it kept us around for like 3.5 hours longer than we needed to, probably. But yeah, I mean, 2.5 hour rain delay. We tried doing a sicko sound off during it, so I don't know how many people tuned into that, but I know DiNardo had some audio issues. That's going to end up being really cool once he gets that figured out. Like, you're gonna be able to call into the show from the app that we have. So stay tuned for the next one. The next one will work. But this one had a few technical difficulties. But once we came back,
that these guys will have things to say. They have things to say, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is your opportunity. Jump on. It's much more than hoping that one of us will click on your little tweet here, your little text. So, get on Sicko Sound Off and let it rip.
Yep. So again, put your hashtag raise it in the comments if you haven't yet for your chance to win some Permani Brothers. But yeah, after 2.5 hours, the rain kind of subsides. Isaac Matson was going to come into the game before the delay. The delay happens. Pirates change their mind. Kirby Yates comes in instead. And I think this was the best Kirby Yates has looked since trading for him. He was just kind of blowing his fastball by.
Zip. Yeah.
Yeah. I just quick, easy 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts, 14 pitches. Retired Boston in order, was super efficient, super effective. So yeah, that was good to see. And then what was even better to see, Doug, was like, I feel like after a long delay like that, like, you never know how the game's going to go. Like, the Pirates had the game under control. Like, they were up by 4, 9 outs to go, but like, it could go either way still. Like stuff happens. You just, 2.5 hours where you're not playing and then you're asked to play again. You never know how you're going to respond to that. And so the Pirates putting up a 0 there was big. And then I thought even bigger than that was putting up a run in that bottom half of the inning to say, okay, you know what? Yeah, we're up 7-3. Now we're going to be up 8-3. And that was with Flores getting a base hit, Nick Yorke hitting him in. A big day for the Yorke dorks. Doug,
I told you.
2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He was struggling quite a bit down in Indianapolis, and then he got injured, and he kind of came back from his rehab, and he's been raking down there the past
week, 10 days,
week or so. So you were wondering, like, maybe he's just been kind of dinged up for a while. But yeah, today, I mean, called up. That surprised me. I was not expecting to see Nick Yorke on this team anytime soon again.
Yeah.
And they give him a shot. They give him a start. They put him at third base, the 7-hole, and 2-hit game, 3 ribbies. Can't ask for more than that.
Again, his opportunities are probably going to be somewhat limited, so he needs to make the best of them. He certainly did today, right? I mean, he's earned another start, right? He should get another shot. It doesn't need to be sent right down. So yeah, it was good. Is he a better third baseman than Nick Gonzalez?
Doug, I think he might be a better.
Yeah. I mean, right now, exactly. I feel like,
I don't think that's much of an argument. Yes, he's absolutely a better third baseman than Nick Gonzalez. I think I love Nick Gonzalez, but I think he's probably the worst defensive third baseman in baseball because he's not a third baseman.
He's not a third baseman, right?
Yeah.
Once again, Pirates playing out of position.
So yeah, big game for Nick Yorke. So that was cool to see. Then Camilo Doval comes in. He gives up a couple base runners, but pitches a scoreless 8th inning. Not a whole lot happening there. I was kind of surprised the Red Sox didn't change pitchers after that delay. They stuck with Raymond Burgos. He had pitched 2 innings before the delay, then 2.5 hour wait, and then pitched another 2 innings. You just don't see that much.
Never. In today's baseball, I mean, you haven't seen that in 20 years. It's not just, this this decade. It's this century. You've not seen. I can't ever remember, and on any team in any game that I've like watched where a guy came back after 2.5 hours. They just don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw somebody do that. I mean, a 2.5 hour delay, and he comes back out. So
we didn't even bring back the guy that we had warmed up. Isaac Benson hadn't even pitched yet, but he had warmed up enough that we said, nope, we got to go with somebody else. So that was a unusual, a rare move there.
Yeah. And then in the 9th inning, it's a 5-run lead at this point, but man, Mason Montgomery, Doug, is just lights out. Something happened in like the last 2 months where he's just throwing more strikes, and the stuff is so good where if he's just in or around the zone, he's practically unhittable. And today he showcased that. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 9th inning, struck out 2, 11 pitches, 9 of those for strikes. He has been just on a whole other level, I feel like.
I give the Pirates credit on this. I mean, I think they've, because I started noticing it a while ago. It's like suddenly Soto's coming in the 7th. Now it's guys on. It's a delicate situation, but they started putting him. It was in the 9th inning, not necessarily protecting a 1-run lead. It might be in the 9th inning when we were up by, but you could see that they saw something there, that they saw that he had, ironed out his control or whatever it was, and then sort of eased him into the role. But yeah, man, he looks like just a dominant type closer right now. And what a lift, what a thing, And of course, this gives Ben Cherington the opportunity to say, see, we told you it was here. We just needed to wait. It was just, we had to sort it out a little, that's why I don't ever make moves in a timely fashion. I believe it's here on the lineup, in the lineup, on the roster.
Doug, since June 6th, so we're talking almost 2.5 months. He's pitched in 26 games, 24 2/3 innings. He's struck out 46 batters in those 24 2/3 innings. It's almost 2 batters an inning.
Right. Yeah.
And he's only walked 10. So 46 strikeouts to 10 walks. He's given up 6 runs in that time period. It's a 2.19 earned run average. He's just, he's overpowering hitters right now. And like I said, you're always going to have some walks with him. Like, it's just going to be part of his game. But like, if he's
much like Valdez is going to have some strikeouts, right? You can put up with some stuff if the other part are elite and that sort of thing. And for all of you guys that want Cherington fired, and I am amongst them, I believe today is a good day to fire Ben Cherington. He's not getting fired because it trades like this, because of the injuries and stuff like that. He'll be able. No, it's Bob Nutting, man. Come on. Anybody else, he'd be gone by now, but it's Bob Nutting. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But
I'm
yeah,
on
man.
the record. I hope I'm wrong.
His strikeout rate is approaching 40%, which
means you can bring him on with men on base. You know what I'm saying, and get you out of it type thing, which is such a nice thing to have. I mean,
Except they don't do that. They put Evan Siskin, and he just lets all the runs.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. Evan Siskin, the only guy allowed to pitch with runners in scoring position.
But yeah, Pirates, like I said, big win. Like I said, they are going to have to win a lot of games for me to get excited again.
Right.
They put themselves in a hole, but 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox is a good start. You've got to reel off multiple series wins in a row now, to climb
and mix in some sweeps, as you said. Right. Like I said, just winning the series gets you 85 games, means you miss out by 2 or 3 games, more than likely. I mean, you said there's no reason to make any proclamations now or anything. They have to play better the rest of the way, better than they have all season long. They have to do things they haven't done all year long. And for months I've been saying, I believe this team can, and the chat has shouted me down and like, well, why, Doug? It's not. And I agree. They haven't shown it. It doesn't seem, but I think it was Jim Leland that said the playoff run starts or the pennant run or whatever starts like August 15th. Well, here we are. It's time. So if they're going to turn it on, turn it up, they have to. They have to. They muddle along playing 500. They're obviously they're not going anywhere.
Not going to work. Shout out to Silas TV, $5 super chat. He says, let's say we sweep the Tigers. All right. Like we need to do. How many would you think we need to take in the following road trip to stay afloat? They got at Los Angeles, at San Diego, and at St. Louis. I think
that's the Angels or the Dodgers? I think that's the Angels. No, that's the Dodgers. It's the Angels Giants later on.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I'm at. On Bucko Brew on the 10th last week, I said, you have to win every series going forward. And if you lose a series, it means you need to sweep someone else.
Yep.
They lost the Marlins series, which means you need a sweep to make up for that. And then you need to win every other series.
Right.
So they've got to sweep the Tigers, and then they've got to win 2 or 3 against the Dodgers.
7-3. That's all. Those are all 3 games, right? Yeah.
2 or 3 against the you've got to.
I'd say you almost need to go 7-2, right? You can't just win the series. You got to sweep somebody in there. So
yeah, you somehow need to win. Like you got to sweep the Tigers, and you got to win 6 of 9 on this road trip. Yep. So, and even
that
then,
just gets you to the point where then you've got to go do the same thing with the next 3 series, right?
You got to keep doing it. Yep. Yeah. You got to keep doing it. Yep. They are about. I mean, let's say if Connor Griffin gets activated the day that he's eligible, they are roughly 3 weeks away from that. So they've got to play their way to the point where that matters. And that starts
right.
It started this weekend. Like I said, this helps, but they've got to keep it going. So, all right, you're ready to give away some sandwiches, Doug?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. This was a long day, so let's give away some sandwiches. We've got 100 entries, so best of luck to everybody. I'll give you 2 more seconds. #raise it in the comments. Also, make sure you like the video. Remember, if you don't like the video, it's bad karma, and you're probably not going to win. Probably not going to win. True. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff. So
watch Offbeat tomorrow. Watch Bucko Brew tomorrow. Check out our app. Get ready for Sicko Sound Off.
All that good stuff. Yep.
Thursday, I'm sure we'll have a show Wednesday or Thursday night.
All right. First winner. Congratulations to Gary Landefeld. Gary Landefeld. You're our first winner. Email us at northshore9@gmail.com. It's all one word. It's letters, no numbers. It's not the number 9. It's North Shore 9, N-I-N-E. Make sure you email us your email address that's associated with your Permani Brothers account. All right. Winner number 2 is John Hooper. Congratulations, Sean.
West Coast out there.
There you go. Yeah. Congrats, Sean. Congrats. I know Sean's excited for this West Coast trip coming up. I think he's going to all of the games. So
yeah, and they play the Angels later too, right? Is the Angels series? I think they play
Angels
the Angels
are later
too. Yeah.
Yep.
So he should be busy out there bringing the good karma.
Yep.
The Hooper non-curse.
Yeah, I won't be out there to curse them this time. I am done going to Pirates away games, I think, for the rest of the year. So there's the Pirates have no excuses. It's all on them at this point.
It's them right now, 100% on them.
The Pirates play the Tigers tomorrow at 7:05. Doug, I don't think they have announced a starting pitcher for that yet. I don't
TBA.
see it. Still TBA. It is Carmen Majinski's turn through the rotation, so I'll be curious to see if they start Carmen or if they have an opener for him. But the Pirates will be facing Framber, Valdez, and the Tigers, and they are even money, plus 100 to win that game tomorrow. So on FanDuel.
Braston Ashcraft on Tuesday, looking forward to his follow-up of that outstanding performance the other night.
Yeah, Ashcraft Tuesday, Skeens Wednesday. You got to win all 3.
Yeah, you're right.
So
sweep our geographic rivals.
Yes,
because Detroit has long been
league
geographic rival.
Yeah, our American League rivals, the Detroit Tigers. We got, I guess, paired up with them because neither of us have a real rival.
So. Right. because they couldn't give us Cleveland like they should have, because they gave that to Cincinnati. But whatever.
They got a battle for Ohio, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate all of you guys for sticking this out. Like I said, it was a long day. 7:30 now. This game started 6 hours ago. So appreciate all of you. Again, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Offbeat and a new episode of Bucko Brew. See you then. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.